I'd like to welcome you back to the Linguistic Landscape and Autoethnography of Place course. And this is the fourth workshop we have in our series. And as you know already, each workshop specifies a particular stage in doing this type of research. Today we're going to talk about something which is in one sense very, very simple, and in another sense often really badly messed up by linguistic landscape researchers. And this is the issue of photographic documentation. So let's go back to our schematic, see where we are. You've chosen a meaningful place, you've conducted a site visit, you've been speaking to some friends, been to the library, generated some contextual mapping. Now it's the time to collect the photographic evidence that will be used in the actual linguistic landscape analysis. So the aim here is to send you off to your chosen site and to make sure that you use a systematic, comprehensive approach to photographing everything that's in this site. Okay, so let me tell you what usually happens. What usually happens when people take linguistic landscape photography is they choose those pieces that they are aware of. In other words, they selectively address what they're looking at, and they don't do it in what I would call a systematic and comprehensive manner. Now, having said that, you cannot, depending on how big your site is, you probably can't photograph everything all over the site. So you're going to need to choose probably a part of the site. But having chosen a particular area, in that area, you need to photograph everything that you can see. In other words, you do need to selectively put parameters perhaps on what you're photographing, but don't walk around and choose to take a picture over here and a picture over there and something up here and something down there. If you are taking photographs in a particular area, really comprehensively photograph that area, that piece of the area that you are looking at. This is very, very important because whilst you're standing behind your camera lens or your phone lens, you will try and limit the number of photographs you take because you think you're taking pictures of the important stuff or the things you're salient to you. But sometimes, in fact, many times, there are lots of things that you can't see. We cannot process all the information we have in our visual field. We process a very small amount of that information. And actually, the other information might be just as important as the salient information to you. Remember, the linguistic landscape analysis, the analysis will be done in relation to the pictures you have taken, and you're going to need to create a comprehensive map of what you took photographs of. Now, it's important that you log the information. There's required documentation for each photograph. It doesn't have to be super specific, but you do need to know where it was taken, when it was taken, and what part of the panorama that you're looking at is it, because afterwards you're going to analyze it, you're going to put these pieces together. So please don't take shortcuts where you're looking at a picture and you don't know actually where that picture was taken. So let me summarize this process for you and give you a sense of what's involved here. So first off, don't selectively take photographs because you will create a biased, I would say, unsystematic view of the place. Secondly, you probably can't photograph everything at the site, so choose your battles carefully. Choose the area that you are going to take pictures in. Once you've chosen that area, be systematic and comprehensive about where you take your pictures. Like, take a comprehensive view of that whole area, and please document the pictures you're taking. Document where you are, where they are in the overall panorama. It sounds simple to go and take pictures, And it's very easy nowadays. Everybody has a cell phone and they can do all sorts of things. But remember, you are going to need to analyze what you're looking at. So you can't just do a big panoramic picture, because you'll lose all the definition unless you've got an amazingly good camera. So take your time, think about it, be clever about it. Choose the right area, do the work, because that will be the basis of your analysis. Remember, if you don't have the photographic evidence, it's very difficult to do a real analysis of, or linguistic landscape analysis of the site. And with that, I'll leave you, and I'll see you in our next video.